I've been thinking about this. There's something that's been going on for centuries. At one point, we had all of these great conquerors. Alexander the Great, Catherine the Great, and Peter the Great, and Genghis Khan, Attila the Hun, Julius Caesar. He kicked some serious Attila the Hun, or the king of the Huns. This dude was a fierce warrior, one of the mightiest, most successful conquerors in history. Somebody I genuinely look up to. Known as the Scourge of God. Scourge means a person or thing that causes great trouble or suffering. Oh, love it. It is also a whip that's used as an instrument of punishment. Either way, Attila isn't exactly being regarded as a nice guy. He and his brother Bleda became the leaders of the Huns, which are Eurasian nomads, in 434 AD. Wanton, barbaric, terrifying, destructive. Oh, I love it. These are what many people think of when they hear the name Attila the Hun. But in Hungary, Attila is actually a national hero, regarded as a brilliant negotiator. The Huns were essentially undefeated while he was leader. He was born around 400 AD, somewhere. Nobody actually knows where. Same thing as when he was buried, or where he was buried. Nobody really knows. So the Huns were made up of barbarians and Romans. They were basically nomads, and they did everything on horseback. I mean everything. They had already established a huge empire in present-day Hungary by the time that Attila was born. Now the Huns were very unique, very barbaric, decadent. They drank milk, and they didn't cook their meat. Basically, that's all they had was milk and meat. Anything that, that they could get from their herds. No houses, but rather wagons, dirty clothing. They raised horses and cattle. They moved into areas that they took over where the Germanic barbarian tribes lived. They raided Roman provinces. What a life. Their primary military technique, javelin throwing and mounted archery. I'm telling you, they did everything on the horses. They slept, they ate, they fought. Get out the stat dots! Everything on the horses. Attila and his older brother were raised by his uncles shortly after Attila was born, and his father died. Attila learned to ride a horse before he could walk. He learned to use a bow and arrow at a very early age. Very interesting upbringing. So, we had the Eastern Roman Empire, Constantinople. We also had the Western Roman Empire. They both adopted Christianity. The Roman Empire was marked by assassinations, riots, weak and corrupt emperors. The Romans used barbarians as slaves, and the Roman army was made up of barbarians. In 410 AD, the Romans sought peace with the Huns. The Western Empire sent Aetius to live with the Huns, and he became friends with Attila. This was basically done as a hostage situation, so that Aetius could learn about another culture, language, military tactics, and ways of life. In the same vein, Attila was sent to be a hostage of the court of the Western Roman Empire, where he learned about them. Now, Attila and Aetius, they remained friends, after they returned to their homes. But Attila planned to conquer Rome because while he was there, he really hated it. He thought they were, seriously corrupt. Meanwhile, Aetius, on the other hand, was more chill. He wanted everybody to embrace kumbaya and be friends.
Question.
Yeah.
Aetius and Attila, I assume, did not do this hostage trade at the exact same time because they had to meet each other to become friends. Have that right?
I guess it would have been impossible for them to become friends if they were both sent to the other places, at the exact same time. That's a silly question. Alright, anyway, the Greek historian Priscus gave an account of what Attila was like, but who knows how accurate or unbiased the account was, because I don't think that Priscus was a big fan of the Huns. And, this is the problem. We don't really know very much about Attila, based on all these accounts, because everybody had an axe to grind, and they all biased the descriptions of this guy and the Huns. At the early age of 32, he went to Italy to help his buddy Aetius, who was caught up in power struggles. With Attila's help, Aetius earned the title Master of Soldiers. Attila was paid handsomely for about 15 years. He kicked butt, he pillaged, he slayed, he feigned attack, he retreated, he went in for the kill. He had the Romans begging for peace, paying Attila off to get it. This is basically most of Attila's existence, just, scaring the crap out of people and getting paid handsomely, getting gifts. Ambassadors would approach him, and he'd be like, no, I don't don't want this. No, I don't want that. He's a maniac. Absolute maniac. That's why I love him. He was the master of extortion, gaining gold and power. By 442, Attila had conquered a ton and continued extorting. He married his first wife, he had 4 sons, he was considered evil and menacing despite his wealth. He lived humbly and modestly. He dressed down, he ate off of, I think, wooden plated silverware instead of like metal or pewter. Did they have pewter back then? Whatever. Everything was played down. He was really weird in that he wanted to amass a lot of wealth, but he didn't really do anything with it.